Hold on, what did she say live on Instagram? Remy Ma nonchalantly dumps a bombshell on the internet while live streaming on Instagram, just when we thought she had used up all of her drama for the year. No filter, no warning, no pity. Remy finally disclosed the true reason behind her divorce from Papoose in a stunning tirade that sent the comments section bursting faster than a lawsuit against Bad Boy Records. Let's also add that there is a locked bedroom door, another man, and a great deal of explaining to do. Yes, she claimed that Papoose was more than just emotionally aloof. She says she discovered him in their own home with an unidentified male with whom he was supposedly physically intimate. And you know, the streets erupted in cries when Remy Ma claimed to have witnessed it firsthand. Thus, there was Papoose indeed leading a double life the entire time. Is this only retaliation from a resentful ex? Or is this going to be the hip-hop scandal that turns hip-hop and love into a Disney Channel special? Get your popcorn ready, because what you're going to hear will forever alter your perspective on their entire marriage. Let's reveal it. Now, pay attention, everyone. Although there have been some outrageous confessions on the internet, nothing, I mean nothing, could have prepared us for the Category 5 truth bomb that Remy Ma just dropped. We're talking about a woman who has served actual time, gone bar, to bar with the finest in rap, emerged unscathed, and managed to keep her household together like a street first lady. However, she exchanged bars for verbal punches yesterday night and came as if he were her last boss in a Mortal Kombat competition. It all began with an informal Instagram live. At first, it was really chill. Remy was drinking wine, chatting about the typical phony pals, industry snakes, and women who don't help each other, while her hair was up in a sleek bun and she didn't wear makeup. However, a commenter then posed the one query that we all believed she was avoiding. Why did you actually abandon Papoose? You all? The temperature in that room was dropping. She was going to recite the last stanza of a diss track. Remy fixed her gaze on the camera, calm, self-assured, and prepared to destroy lives. What followed? Drama on a scorching ground level. That man was in bed with another man when I caught him. That was it. The internet was disrupted by the line. Twitter plunged into cardiac arrest right away. More quickly than a Kardashian pregnancy rumor, screenshots went viral. And all anyone could say was, wait, Papoose. Remember, this man was the most devoted husband in hip-hop. The man who supported the family wrote letters to Remy Ma while she was incarcerated, and wore her name on his hat like a living billboard of love and hardship. He was the embodiment of Black love. Ray is now creating a whole other picture, one in which the paint is purportedly some extremely unexpected behavior between him and another man. And the canvas is betrayal. This isn't your typical scandal, though. This type causes TMZ to go haywire, because the time frame doesn't add up. And we can help with that. Let's go back to the initial warning signs and the unspoken rumors that we all dismissed. Because someone has been defrauding us all for a very long time if Remy is telling the truth. Do you recall 2021? That embarrassing moment on the BET Awards red carpet? Papoose arrived by himself, avoiding cameras, and seemed anxious. He looked weird, according to fans. We all assumed it might have been stress or simply poor lighting. But looking back, it may have been the beginning of it all. According to sources close to the couple, by which we mean a cousin who posts on Instagram Lives, then came the infamous Miami trip. You may recall that Papoose posted a solo selfie with the caption, "Sometimes you have to disconnect to reconnect." Remy had begun to notice small behavioral changes around that time, including late-night texts with contacts saved as barber or studio. Look, we're not judging anyone's sexuality, but when your man starts spending more time with his personal trainer than his wife, we raise eyebrows. But guess who else was spotted in Miami that same weekend at the same rooftop hotel? An unidentified man going by the name JD is a promoter for a club in New Jersey, who has dubious connections to a number of male rappers whose names have been included in similar stories. Is it a coincidence? Perhaps. However, Remy Ma's subsequent remarks during her live performance made all of those coincidences seem like stepping stones to a parallel life. He was there when I opened the door. Music playing, candles lighted, shirt off. For him, not for me. No verse she had ever spewed out had this same impact as that sentence. Because it was more than just a general charge. It was a scene that was so vividly detailed that it almost turned into a short picture in each viewer's head. It's often said that you should not search for anything unless you are prepared to find it. Remy Ma, however, went in search. She had an instinct. Let's just say the surprise was on her when she returned home early from a surprise trip to see her spouse. She claims that the sound of soft R&B music welcomed her as she entered. Papoose was shirtless on the bed with another man holding his hand when she peered in through the slightly open door. As if they were trying out for The Bachelor, they were conversing softly while the candles flickered. According to Remy, she, frozen, briefly believed she could have misunderstood. Perhaps it was a hoax, a setup for a skit, or something else entirely. However, the way they leaped apart like children who had been discovered smoking told me otherwise. Papoose's expression at seeing her. It provided her with all the information she required. She remained silent as well. Then no? For weeks? No. Remy Ma was done being silent, so she packed her bag, went to see her sisters, and continued till today. I sacrificed 6 years of my life for that man. He was out here playing me like a joke while I stood by him and stood up for him. Love. This cover. Hello, everyone. Not many. Only a few. Hearing her claim that she felt used as a public persona while he supposedly led a covert life is much more hurtful than the emotional betrayal. Even through the filter, you could see it in her face. After years of holding everything in, a lady finally broke. This is where it becomes even more spicy, though. This wasn't an isolated incident, according to those close to Papoose, including those same unnamed buddies who always seem to talk when things go wrong. Oh no, Papoose has reportedly maintained covert friendships with males in the music industry for many years. And one of them might have been a well-known battle rapper with a big mouth that you all know. And a personal life that is unusually silent. The hints are there, but we haven't yet given names. And faith. It is being pieced together by the streets as if it were a hip-hop escape chamber. And a publicity stunt before you all start crying. To be clear, this was not anything that Remy Ma revealed on a podcast. She didn't try to get a click. She revealed this at an impromptu, haphazard live performance that lacked a script, glitz, or promotion. It isn't a rollout. After years of silence, that is a real woman breaking down. However, there are skeptics on the internet. Why do they? Ask now, after all these years, why go public? Remy claims that it wasn't her idea to go public. Stories of Papoose's infidelity were initially leaked by her people. You recall the news reports about her romance with a young boxing champion? Yes, she claims that the smoke and mirrors were set up to make her appear untidy while Papoose remained spotless. However, now that the gloves are off, the secrets are out, and this is only the beginning. Darling, no more. The internet didn't simply react when the Instagram Live finished, it exploded. Remy Ma's famous quote, "I caught that man in bed with another man," was widely circulated within minutes. Timelines on TikTok flooded. Album covers become memes. Twitter was a battleground. Papoose became a global trend. In less than 6 hours, Remy Ma received over 3 million views. And her audio was even used to make a trailer for a Tyler Perry film. The actual tale was only beginning, though. As individuals began to delve behind the pandemonium, while the memes were becoming viral. Digging also refers to digital archaeology, ancient interviews, old blogs, and grainy screenshots. Nothing was secure. Let's start with the hotel receipt. Yes, an early 2023 receipt was shared online. by a self-described former employee of a posh hotel in Manhattan. It displayed a double occupancy suite along with Papoose's name. Not really important by itself, isn't it? However, Remy Ma was attending a charity function out of state that same evening. Who was the second visitor then? The former worker didn't end there. She shared a face-blurred security camera still of Papoose boarding the elevator at night with a tall, burly man wearing shades. The greatest investigators on the internet are already connecting that frame to the purported male rapper, Remy Ma, who was named in code during her live performance. However, we are not here to verify names. An aunt who has never posted a girlfriend and whose name begins with the letter D will let you make the connections. Then the SMS texts arrived. You know, one of those T sites on Instagram that is anonymous and has the name at Hiphopia? Goat Exposed, also known as Central Goat Exposed, shared what they said were stolen direct messages from Papoose's private burner account. Messages stating, "Can't wait to see you again, bro. Same room, same time. She's out of town Friday." Or, "Good. Now you tell us what kind of brothers talk like that?" Face-to-face with Monel Remy Ma's Instagram comments, meanwhile, were blazing. Celebrities began to voice their opinions. Some stood by her side while others cast disparaging remarks. This is what y'all call loyalty. Funk Flex retweeted the video, while Cardi B remarked, "Damn, I always knew sis was too real for the industry eyes. Remy deserves respect." That? Joe, who is almost like family to them both, remained oddly quiet. Don't deny it, nothing. No defense. When the drama is this loud, it speaks louder than words. Fans, meanwhile, were doing what they do best, digging up receipts while the hip-hop community watched in startled silence. Now let's discuss the selfies. Do you recall the odd mirror selection that Papoose posted at the gym in 2022? Oh, fans. Just observe that the towel on the counter had two initials sewn on it, and neither was P. Yes, it didn't receive much attention at the time. Initials JD, as in JD, that same enigmatic Miami promoter. The person who hasn't uttered a word despite being tagged in every post regarding the controversy. Not a denial at all. Not nothing. Not even a tripping, y'all. Additionally, silence is confirmation if you know the internet. Not to mention the release of airline itineraries. One individual posted and swiftly removed a manifest from last fall, claiming to be employed by a private charter firm. Under a flight to Atlanta, two identities were booked together on it. Although one of them is Papoose and the other has been deleted, the timestamp precisely corresponds to the weekend that Remy Ma had shared. Self-love during a solitary weekend. Required this area, is the pattern apparent? Bless their devoted hearts. Some fans continue to speculate that Remy's mother may be exaggerating, that perhaps Papoose was set up, or that perhaps it wasn't what it appeared to be. Here's the problem, though. Indeed, it may be clout chasing when someone spreads an unspecific story. However, there is a trend when receipts from 3 different sources from various years are dropped. And all the stories match. It's a riddle, and the full image is beginning to emerge. Let's now discuss the consequences. Papoose was silent for 18 hours following the Instagram stream, when he did a blank screen with the word truth displayed. That's all, just the facts. No battle, no denial. The fans lost it. He was owning up, according to some. Others asserted that he meant the truth will be revealed. However, the comment section wasn't buying it, as is common on the internet. Pap, say it with your chest. Blue's Clues is not what we're playing. You didn't refute it. It wasn't explained by you. You simply struck a match and turned to leave. Remy Ma, meanwhile, followed up with a story post that featured a selfie and the words, "Peace feels better than pretending." Oof! Exes are often reminded of that type of caption. It didn't end there, though, as a leaked court document that may or may not be authentic but undoubtedly went viral revealed that Remy had secretly filed for divorce weeks prior to this live, meaning she was never attempting to clout pursuit. She had just finished Can we also discuss the industry rumors? Because, well, they arrived, escaping the darkness. This was stated in a now-deleted live stream by a retired producer who collaborated with both of them during the Black Love era. Tension was always present. He did not wish for anyone to be near her. When men admired her, he became strange. Let's just say that the energy changed as if he were protecting a secret when she wasn't there. In a mysterious remark, another anonymous rapper who toured with Papoose in 2018 said, "Sometimes the loudest loyalty is hiding the biggest lie. Phew, y'all, you're not us, you can't compose this kind of drama." Smug expression. Here's what no one is asking, though. What if there were others who knew besides Ray? What if did other members of the circle know and keep quiet to safeguard the brand? That creates an entirely new avenue for treachery. R.I.P. Joe Budden. DJ K. Slay and other close associates are being called out by fans who are already turning on mutuals for allegedly knowing the truth and keeping it hidden. Currently, the court of public opinion is operating at full capacity. Threads on Reddit are becoming popular. TikTokers are analyzing every moment of the Instagram Live. And Twitter has essentially become a hip-hop victims unit, or SVU. This is our current situation. According to Remy Ma, she caught her spouse having an affair. Truth is the only word. That Papoose says, since everyone secretly liked their love story. Followers are caught between pain and vindication as receipts fly and leaks surface. It was authentic, it was uncommon, and it's ruined now. Is it truly over, though? Or is Messiah's season just getting started? Because more than just a relationship could be ruined by what follows. It might destroy their whole legacy. Right. The real world repercussions of the internet being pulled through this emotional blender are now beginning to hit like a freight train. This is no longer merely rumors. It's lawful. It has to do with money. And it's personal in a way that might irrevocably ruin the legacies of both Remy Ma and Papoose. First, let's talk about the legal heat. People close to Remy's legal counsel, and when we say sources, we clearly mean a cousin who sent a hazy text screenshot claiming that she is about to seek public defamation protection in addition to divorce. Why? Because Papoose's crew was apparently preparing a counter-narrative. In the days before her Instagram Live, rumor has it that a full false story about cheating was being developed behind closed doors. According to reports, they intended to release a video that was obviously altered and showed Remy allegedly flirting with a young artist at a party. However, when her side learned of it, she chose to go nuclear first, which is why the live was broadcast. However, it goes deeper than that. The two allegedly signed a secret legal deal known as a non-disclosure agreement after she was released from prison. According to the terms, neither side could harm the other's reputation in public. With the gloves off, however, Re's side asserts that Papoose has already breached that condition by disseminating the false affair tale, allowing her to speak the truth. What about the financial aspect? Remember that this was a hip-hop power? Coupled with shared brand deals, joint properties, and joint music endeavors. Together, they even started a podcast. However, all of the ventures are currently being reviewed. We are discussing withdrawals of endorsements, withdrawals of podcast sponsors, and cancellations of bookings by venues, citing public outrage. One Atlanta venue reportedly issued refunds to ticket buyers for an impending Papoose performance. Quietly, even their supposed friends are abandoning them. "I love them both, but we can't be together," one promoter wrote. "You're too hot to touch at the moment." Caught in this PR hurricane? According to reports, Remy is negotiating a complete sit-down interview with a big streaming service. Imagine Oprah meets Rolling Loud, a no-holds-barred program in which she reveals all the details, including names, dates, and the actual events that transpired behind that bedroom door. According to insiders, the sale is nearly 7 figures. She may lose her marriage as a result of this incident, but she isn't letting it get in the way of her career's comeback. She has already been seen attending meetings with well-known cosmetics, wine, and brand companies. She even signed a memoir deal for Unwrapped. The bars I hid behind. Yes, exactly. The business is watching like it's a heavyweight bout as Remy Ma turns suffering into power. However, currently, let's discuss retaliation, the true threat that no one anticipated. According to sources, Papoose has stopped talking altogether. No interviews, no more mysterious posts, just gone. And attorneys are typically involved in those silent shouts. Rumor has it that he is drafting a countersuit to keep his personal secrets from being even more widely known. Not to refute the controversy. Why? Since it seems like Remy hasn't revealed anything yet. She shared this terrifying comment in a recent Instagram story that was just 15 minutes long. "You all believe that I told you the worst part. I didn't. Only the part that one could live with was what I told you." Mic drop. Fans are now making assumptions. What else is she aware of? Is there more to this? Was several men? Was Papoose leading a second life? Is there anyone in their group who was assisting with the cover-up? Or, get ready, is there video? Yes, exactly. According to one myth, A. Concealed surveillance camera in the corridor for safety unexpectedly recorded the entire incident when Remy went in. That video is accurate. Papoose's career might be abruptly ended, or he could be cleared. This is when things become even more bizarre. I saw some things in that footage I can't unsee. A former security guard who was supposedly fired from their building just weeks before the scandal surfaced, revealed on TikTok Live. It's not just about Remy and Papoose anymore. It's about us, about the layers of truth, identity, marriage, and masks. We don't know who to believe, but the court of public opinion has already rendered a decision. The hip-hop community is now in a panic, with rap blogs posting think pieces, podcasters recording emergency episodes, feminist Twitter applauding Remy Ma for speaking her truth, and LGBT Twitter divided. Some claim that this is a betrayal narrative, while others claim that it highlights the pressure Black men face to conceal their sexuality. And yet, there's one last twist. The blog The Hip Hop Underarc, a dark rumor site that often breaks scandals, a week before TMZ received an anonymous tip, just when we thought it couldn't get any messier. They posted a message claiming to be from someone inside Papoose's camp. That said, if Remy drops the footage, it's over. The world is now waiting to see if Remy will drop another bomb. If Papoose will respond, if more names will be drawn into this never-ending fire. And perhaps most unsettling of all, if this marriage was ever real to begin with. She saw more than she let on, and some of the names she revealed will shock you. Because that's what fans are now asking. Was it love or business? Was it branding? Was it a loyalty illusion wrapped in wedding rings and black excellence? Hashtags? And what does it say about all of us who believed in their story if Remy Ma, of all people, got played? Conclusion, we might never know the whole truth. Perhaps they'll both go out of the spotlight. Perhaps they'll each get new reality shows. Perhaps, just possibly, this is the beginning of a larger war. One thing is certain, though. Remy Ma has officially put an end to the black love fantasy and replaced it with something much rarer, much messier, and much more real. So, after all of this chaos, all of this heartbreak, all of these tea burns, what do you think? Did Remy Ma blow it up on Instagram Live? Or did she just blow up a private? Tragedy for public retaliation. Is Papoose the real victim here, caught in a toxic smear campaign? Or has the truth been hiding behind a perfect PR mask all along? Do you think she's telling the whole story? Or is this just part one of a deeper expose? Remember, Remy Ma says there are more secrets, more receipts, and possibly even footage that could change everything. We'll be watching, we'll be breaking it down, and we'll be the only ones to leak anything that reaches our inbox because you already know that this isn't gossip. This is survival. Fire, leave a comment below. And if you think Papoose was living a double life, subscribe for more breaking stories that the mainstream media is afraid to touch. Fire. as if you're still picking your job off the floor. This has been another exclusive from your go-to source for scandals, secrets, and truth that they would rather you never hear. Until next time, stay woke, stay messy, and prepare your screenshots. We're not sorry.